Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, welcome, 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 welcome. Thank you. Yeah, welcome to Chat Room with Max. It's a beautiful Sunday, a lovely Sunday, and of course, a palatable one.
It's a very lovely one because you see, I'm very loaded.
Okay, let's
don't
not
wanna
talk
go
about the loaded. The week was eventful in a negative way. We're going to be talking about a lot of things that has to do with Nigeria today. The week was eventful in a negative way, in the sense that so many things happened, and we're going to be talking about that today. We're going to be talking about a major topic, but in that major topic, we have some subtopics that we'll also be talking about. But to do justice with us is the one, the only Stanley. We're going to be bringing him up soon. But ladies and gentlemen, please and please, we want to thank you very much for your continuous patronage, your time, and everything that you've been doing here in the chat room. We appreciate you. Please and please don't forget to do what we always do. Like where you're watching this from. Hit that subscribe button so you subscribe. Hit the notification tab so you know just when we're on. And lastly, don't forget to share. Share. Now because you chop away, no answer again. Okay. Okay.
I get up.
Okay.
It is love and sharing.
And sharing is
Love it.
Okay.
Loving is sharing.
whatever.
I get you today.
Whatever. All right. Without further ado, we're going to be bringing in the one and only Stanley in the house. Ladies and gentlemen, audience, congregation, young and old, let's welcome the one, the only Stanley. Stanley from Atlanta.
How are you all doing? Good afternoon, Minister Max. Good afternoon, Minister Sam, and the audience. A big good morning, good afternoon, and good evening.
We can't really hear you very well. You're sounding kind of faint. I don't know. Maybe
I don't know.
Your microphone from your earpiece did not connect to your phone or something.
Just turn up the,
You think? Yeah, hold on. Is it better?
No, it's still the same. It's because of the earpiece you have on.
Oh, are you using earpiece?
Yeah, I have my earpiece. It kind of comes out.
Yeah, it's making the sound distant. We want our audience to hear you very, very well.
Is that better now?
No, you have to. Okay, have you taken it out? Like
it has to turn it on.
Is that better?
Then it's not it.
No.
It's not yet, so I don't know what. Oh, I
no,
know
you're
what.
better.
Yeah.
No, when you're close, you're better. I think we need a mic, for our Atlanta branch.
You hear
I will work on that for next week.
Yeah, he said we need a mic for our Atlanta branch. That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Good one.
So, ladies and gentlemen, in fact, today I feel like talking about this just standing a little bit.
You can stand. You can stand throughout this show.
Some soft, yes, I can.
We are shaking the table.
It's okay. If you're shaking too much, I will see it. Okay. Yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome again to Chat Room. It's been fun. The week has been horrible. Gas price, even here in America, crazy. Back in Nigeria, back home,
it's worse.
It's worse. So, today we're going to be talking about things like that, things that are happening. But first of all, we're going to talk about the governor's situation.
Yeah, I was just waiting for you to see that.
Okay, let's begin.
I just leave up. I said we can leave up. He's zeal. He gets too much zeal.
So please, let's know where you're watching from.
The topic is so hot. That's why this man wants to stand.
Let's know where you're watching from. Those of you viewing right now on the live stream, let's know where you're watching from. Just type "I am this" from here so we can acknowledge you. And if you're watching this video, or you're going to be watching this after the live feed, just type in the comment section. Let's know your opinions. Let's know your view.
Yeah.
Okay.
And remember to share right now and make a comment so that we can know you're watching.
Mm-hmm.
If you just say something, we will be able to detect you are watching us.
Yes. Oh, yes. So, the topic for today is reaction to why Nigeria is lawless. Godwin Emefiele rearrested by the DSS.
Hmm.
So,
First of all, you need to talk about who is this guy? Because some people might be watching and they don't know who this Godwin Emefiele is in the place called Nigeria.
Go ahead.
No, you should give us more details on him.
Let me person where what? Is it not a person that said I should tell you who the guy is that should tell you? Hey, he wants to use me to cover up. Okay, fine. Governor Emefiele is the suspended governor of the CBN, the Central Bank of Nigeria.
Okay.
Before Governor Emefiele had issues of being arrested, he has had issues in the past. So this particular governor, when I'm saying governor, it's not because he's a governor of his state, he's a governor of the CBN.
Yeah.
So this
Governor
particular
governor of money.
So this particular governor, right? He put in some policies back when Buhari was about to leave his tenure, when he was about to be done with his tenure. Governor Emefiele, changed the Naira note, redesigned it to be brand new, even though it looked as if it's just the color they changed.
They are still using the old ones.
Yes. But
Even
he did
the
that.
new one is not even in circulation.
Yeah. One of the reasons why he did that was because he wanted the election to be...
Favor somebody.
No, not to favor somebody. He wanted the election to have less buying of vote, allegedly. So when you do that, those that have stockpiled the old notes, it's going to be difficult for them to use it to buy to buy people.
That strategy, I was even thinking that strategy was not even, it doesn't even make sense.
Well, it actually did at some point because it was difficult to buy votes, like the politicians would do.
The people they can use dollars.
Yeah, but who's gonna?
People.
You think somebody would take $1? You know how much $1 is to Naira?
But you know, most of those politicians, they are using dollars.
Yeah, but it's difficult to the masses when you go out to the market women, the market men, the children. You're not going to take $10, $20, $50 and give them now. Okay. And moreover, you getting your hands on dollars like that is also difficult. So a lot of situations happened where they called for his arrest. Then while Buhari was still sitting, but the judge threw the case out. Now after Buhari left, Tinubu came in. Emefiele was suspended and arrested immediately, detained by the DSS. Yeah, so let's hold for now. Let me take a comment that just came in. We have Healthy Jesse Chops in the house. She says, good evening, everyone. She also says, good evening, Max. She says, good evening, Mr. Stanley. Yeah, I'm sure she must have said good evening to her daddy first before I started reading the whole thing. But
they are picking on you. You better fix yourself right fast.
So, Godwin Emefiele was now arrested and kept in the custody of the DSS. Unfortunately for him, DSS refused to. They did not charge him for so many days. They just kept him. So the court now said, listen, hey, it's either you charge him to court or you let him go.
Yeah, because he's just a suspect.
Just a suspect. DSS now agreed that, yes, so it's time to charge Godwin Emefiele to court. And the crime they could charge Godwin Emefiele for was possession of illegal firearms. Nothing in relation to his office, but possession of illegal firearms.
Okay, but even with that, you are supposed to charge the person to court. He is still innocent.
No, he was charged to court.
Okay, for
possession of illegal firearms. Yes.
But they held him.
After they held him, they now charge him to court.
Okay.
After they brought him to court, the judge now looked at the case, and said, okay, since you guys are charging him for possession of illegal firearms, I'm going to grant him bail so he can leave and come back for the hearing, the court proceedings that will start. They will give a date. I can't remember the date. So DSS tried to say, no, he's a flight risk. You can't let him go. and all that. But the judge said, that is it. Let him go after he has fulfilled the bail terms. Prisons take him to prison, remand him in prison until he has fulfilled the bail terms. Now, the bail term was either he brings 20 million naira or he has a level 16 civil servant shorty that is worth that money. So that's what he's going to be working on. But the problem now that arose or that came about, we're going to show you the video in a few, was when, after they released him, they told him he can get bail. DSS now refused to release him. DSS started fighting. Prisons already had him and said, okay, more to go prison.
Okay.
To wait for your guys to work on the bail. No, wait for your guys to work on the bail and then you can go out on the bail. But DSS say, no, you are not going to prison. You are coming back with us. Prison say, no. The judge said, we are taking him.
Yes.
DSS say, no, we are the one taking him. They grab the shirt of the prison warder or the prison guy. That's the picture right there. The first one up there. They grab him and tear his uniform, a whole government property. They tore it. They were dragging the man as if the man is selling fish and granite. But wait, why did Emefiele come like a pastor with
I was even wondering.
With Bible and all these
politicians? You see, he came to the court with Bible, acting like he's an innocent, he's holy. They always use that as a camouflage to make people feel sympathetic of them.
True. Now,
they always do that.
Now, let me just finish.
Only when they are caught.
Yeah, let me finish the whole story that you asked me to explain to them.
Oh, yeah, explain it.
Now, they now said, DSS, what is giving you this right to think you can overrule the court's judgment and take him with you? And DSS said, we have orders from above. Now, someone is giving DSS order from above. So prisons had to just back down because they know one while after they have tear their uniform finish. Now, gentlemen, is it that, I know we have three arms of government. Is it that the courts no longer have a say in Nigeria? Or what do you think is actually going on? What do you think is
that question you just asked? Is it a breaking news for you to realize that the court never have a say?
No, the court.
But the court, in quote, have a say, but when it comes to implementing the law, enforcing it, it's not working. That is to say, the voice of the judge, or judges and lawyer, is irrelevant in a country like that. That is to tell you, because look at the DSS is acting that if they can act that way right outside the court.
Yeah, but at the same time, though, Stanley, let's hear what you have to say so far.
Yeah, can you hear me well now? Is it loud?
Yes, we can.
Okay, good. Well, I've looked at the whole incident with this Emefiele's arrest by DSS. In fact, like you say, you gave a good breakdown of the whole story from the beginning.
Thank you.
But I'm kind of surprised why people are surprised at what is happening. This is the same script they always play every year or every election year. When they come in, they take the CBN governor to jail. And have you all noticed that the people that get into trouble, these CBN governors, are always from Delta State, the big banks. The owners are from Delta State.
That's a very good observation.
I'm telling you, that's number one. Number two, this is a script that is being played. Emefiele worked for Buhari and APC. They're all in the same party together. And the instructions that were given from above, then Buhari to Emefiele, with reference to the Naira and how they handled it, was in favor of all of them. They did not need to buy votes. They know that. They know they would rig the election. They know they will call the results. Whether the 200 million people voted for any other candidate, with the exception of APC, they were still going to call it in favor of APC. So they really needed not to buy vote. This is my opinion. The Naira saga that happened, was actually meant to strangle the Nigerian people. Remember, NSAS. When NSAS started, it was self-funded and funded by a lot of people without any dependence from any big politician. The Buhari government knew that if they don't strangle these people, they can very well have a lot of power to undo the outcome of the election, considering the way they want to run it. Number one, Emefiele took out Naira, printed new ones, said he was going to withdraw the old ones, but the new one was not in circulation, right? However, there were 2 billion vans that, according to the previous government, had a wrong address and landed in Tinubu's house.
Yep, I heard about that.
2 billion vans with brand new notes. Question, where did that order come from to carry those brand new notes that were mintly printed? Who gave the order to send those 2 billion vans? Was it not from the government, the CBN governor? Nobody else can give that order to say, take 2 billion vans of over 400 billion naira in both vans and send it to one man's house. Now, even if it lost its way to that guy's house, can they not drive out and find the right address they were going to? So that's one.
But the thing is, we're not sure about that story because the guy in question that you're talking about is used to transporting money in bullion vans.
But where we all know. So
but we don't know where the money was coming from.
Right. The point I'm trying, no, they were mints. They are not the old notes. They are the new notes. They are the actual new notes that Emefiele just printed. So the guy has it. Now, that's number one. Then number two, you are now in government and you are going to go arrest Emefiele. It is just a circus that they are playing for the Nigerian people to make them think like, okay, yeah, you know what? We are paying this guy back for what he did to you. He didn't do anything to them. He played the card based on what the head of the government at that time gave. Why would Tinubu order for the arrest of Emefiele when he gave him 400 billion naira in 2 billion vans? You see that? Number two, did you see how they arrested him? Flew on a private jet, brought him in, didn't charge him. They didn't charge him for nothing.
That's another observation.
Yeah.
You see that? And then when they finally took him to court, didn't you see how calm and very cool and collected he was? The people that were fighting were DSS versus the prison officials. That was a made-up fight. Has anything come out of that yet? No. Number two.
And they did not tear his own shirt. It was
they did not. Did they rough handle Emefiele?
They did exactly.
No. Did you see that they were dragging Emefiele between DSS and prison officials?
It was the prison.
There was no
prison officials.
It was the prison officials versus DSS that were fighting. Emefiele was seated there, calm and collected. And three to say that the judicial system does not have any power, that DSS can overrule the judge's decision or the court's decision.
It's so sad.
It's absurd. It's sad to think about. You know, and think about this, guys.
It makes no sense.
It makes no sense. Somebody said something in one of these news outlets that, have we really thought to ourselves that these people called DSS, are they really Nigerians? Do we know who they are? They are all maxed up. They don't have no identification. You only see them with high-powered machine guns. And they show up with masks, do what they want to do, and get out. We don't know who they are. We don't know who these people are working for.
Even if they are kidnappers.
Well, we know who their leader is.
We know who their leader is, but we don't know who these people really are.
Yeah,
the leader, exactly. So anybody can show up there with mask on their face and high-powered rifles and say they are DSS, and you will respond to them. So look at it this way. It is a circus that is being played to divert the attention of Nigerians. The real thing that we should be thinking about is what is happening inside the rock right now. The policies that are being drafted, the abracadabras that is being cooked up that we are not seeing. Emefiele's arrest and rearrest is just a charade to make us feel like they are doing something. Nothing is going to come out of it. You arrest Emefiele, you don't arrest. Look, when the guy gets out of there, he's going to one nice bunker or nice apartment somewhere where he
Nice
can
bunker.
fry rice and chicken. He go to chop rice and chicken, but you think that they are trying to arrest him or do something to him. They will not. For all we know, even if the prison officials carry Emefiele and say they are taking him to Ikoyi, the guy could be on a private jet to another island somewhere and he's just chilling, and you think he's in jail. So
looking at it the way in through Stanley's glasses, his perspective. I think because okay, so I can see where Stanley is going to with this, right? But thinking about it again, he's suspended. He's suspended, meaning
Would pay.
I don't know if he's with pay. They no tell me send them pay him.
We don't even know. I don't trust them anymore.
if you are suspended in Nigeria, you are not sacked. You they collect money from
Exactly.
for normal salary.
Hmm.
He was
You know,
suspended. He wasn't fired.
Okay, let's take this comment real quick.
Okay.
By the way, Jesse Chops said, good evening, Daddy. That was the second message. I skipped it. DSS. DSS is more
You see what this
superior.
guy do? He did it on
DSS
purpose.
DSS is more superior than the government and everyone in Nigeria, including the president. No, you can't say that. This is exactly what they are trying to prove. No, DSS is not more superior than the president. DSS
No.
actually takes orders from the president.
They are the president's boys.
Yeah. So,
But
but
listen, what I was trying to say something
Mhm.
like what Stanley just mentioned about the law, and then my own concern is that the danger of these guys, they don't understand. If you cannot follow the law or obey the law, think that you are above the law, you are beginning to make people understand that you are illegal, because it is the law that make you president. Because without them swearing you as president,
Mhm.
you are nobody. You are just like the citizens. So if you cannot follow through with that law that keeps you, that puts you there as president and make us see you as a governor or a president, or if you cannot allow people to follow this law, that means you are an illegal, that person is an illegal body, because it is the law that makes the president relevant.
Mm.
I'm sure.
And to add to what you're saying, Sam, you see the offshoot of such actions of DSS and the president or the presidency that they report to direct. So the DSS technically is over the police, Inspector General of Police. They are over the military, as it
So
is.
DSS is like FBI.
They are, well, I think that this is the same people they used to call SSS.
Yeah.
SSS, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, okay. So they are above that now. That the report to the president directly does not mean, like Sam is saying, that they are above the law or the Constitution. But what their actions now is directly telling us that they are above the Constitution of the land and the laws of the land. And you know what the offshoot of that is? It is going to breed other groups that will consider the Constitution and the laws of Nigeria as nonsense. It doesn't exist. They can do what they like. And
Exactly.
you and I know the example that is already on in the Niger Delta of 300 guys that have been recruited by Dokubo, calling them his army that works for Tinubu. Now, you tell me, the day this army grows and starts to get out of control, will DSS then be the one that will come to clamp down on them, or they too can go ahead and clamp down on DSS? Because guess what? They too are working and reporting
To the
to the
president,
presidency, not
allegedly.
to anybody else, allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly.
Yeah.
And he said it. Actually, their leader said it. Asari said it. They
Yeah, but we
work for
can't.
Tinubu.
You see, Asari can come out and say whatever he wants to
Yeah.
say, but has the presidency confirmed it? That's the question there. You know,
But
and
they
to
may-
your point, actually, what you were saying is what I actually wanted to talk about too, because if someone like Asari Dokubo can brandish firearms on live TV and nothing is done, DSS does not go to pick him up, then you are saying you are charging Godwin. This only shows the length of injustice and the lack of rule of law in the land.
So
Because
you asked, yeah.
because clearly you're seeing someone doing what you should have charged, but you're not charging whoever is doing it. Rather, you're going after someone that is doing something else. Our engineer just queued up a video, and I would want us to watch this video real quick. Okay. Let's just watch this together, guys.
You don't see me? I don't run.
The banner blue is Bolaba, Asari Dokumbo. This man likes to make noise a lot. He does know how to pick his fight, though. I mean, we hear a lot about him now in our space on the news and everywhere. I didn't hear much of this noise in Buhari's era. I mean, what I'm hearing now, what I see now, is more like what we saw in Goodluck Ebele, Jonathan's time. So I think it's because his papa is on the throne, according to what he said. His daddy,
The two of them.
is the one in.
You see, two of them. That's the issue. That's the issue that we're beginning to have now. Because as this guy said, I actually like his point also, because he said during Buhari's time, you did not hear Asari. Asari did not come out to talk. He was pimp. He didn't say anything because
He knows that Baba does
you know
not hear very well.
he does not hear very well. He will just send his voice, and the voice will finish him.
Baba doesn't hear very well.
But now he has come out. He has come out brandishing weapons, and DSS didn't do anything about it.
Yeah.
Why is it that people are targeted in a country like that? Why? We have a comment from Jesse Chop. She says, power is transient. When Emefiele was in charge, he disobeyed valid court order. But today he wants the same court to protect him. While I don't subscribe to the abuse of power, the right thing should be done. Well, I agree with you, but I don't think what court order did Emefiele disobey? I know that they tried to sue him. The court said there was nothing that they could sue him for as of then, because they were coming after Emefiele. But the courts said there was nothing that that was holding water, so they let it go. But now it's happening again. Now let's put this aside. First of all, I want to get your reactions on the fuel hike that is going on in Nigeria. The fuel price hike that is going on in Nigeria. What do you think? The subsidy was taken out. We haven't actually talked about this. The subsidy was taken out. Do you think the subsidy should have been left alone? What do you think? What's your opinion on that? Let us know in the comment section how bad it is right now, how much fuel is right now that you're watching this video, how much is fuel at the pump, how much is it, and how is it affecting you? Let's go.
Stanley, you can start.
So, again, this whole thing is tactics. If you remember, like I said, the cash stream during the election was a planned game that was put to, again, strangle the Nigerian youth and the general populace from being able to form any movement. Did it work? Yes. There was a subsidized or a part two to that plan. Push the military out on the street just in case they still decide to go out. They didn't need to use the military that much because the cash stream worked. Now, Buhari said when he left office that he did not want to remove this fuel subsidy while he was in office. He could have done it. But If he had done it, it would have been very difficult and almost impossible for Tinubu to get in office because there will be a mass roar in the country. So he left it, but they paid it forward. And he decided to leave it until after the election so that this guy can get in. Now, taking the subsidy out is also a game plan. And this, again, this is my opinion. I'm not saying this is what
seen
it
a
is.
lot of game plans.
Yeah, because I'm looking behind the scene. I'm not looking
He's
at
just
what they're
watching
showing
and say,
to me.
why is this happening?
Yeah, I'm not looking at what they are showing to me. I'm reading behind what is going on. So they know that they rigged their way into office. The Nigerian people will react. What can we do to strain them, further strain them, and make them not to be able to come out on the street to oppose what we are doing or what we will do? Take the fuel subsidy out. When you drain them and you put more hunger in the land, they will not have the time and energy to come out to fight. They will want to figure out where and how to stabilize that imbalance that you created. So that's why he said in his speech, subsidy is gone. And immediately, fuel prices went up. And now the case is in court. There is a presumed possibility that there might be a rerun or actual cancellation of his presidency, and either handing it over to Obi or Atiku or an interim government or something. Bottom line, there's a good chance that he'll be taken out of office. Now, he has a plan not to make that happen, and we know who Tinubu is. He does this kind of thing. What can he do further to make the people not able to come out to oppose his plan? Increase it some more. Is it working? Yes. Ask the average Nigerian on the street. If they want to do a mass protest today, will you go? They're saying no. We've not been able to eat. Where will I find petrol to get out to go protest outside? So the thing is telling hard and bad on them. What they are saying now is this: please, Tinubu, I beg, just reduce her. Even if you put her for 300 naira, we will be fine. You know, this is too much on us. So whether the subsidy leaves or stays, it was still going to affect the people anyway. But I still think, and I believe that this is a strategy to keep the people more compressed to the ground, shut their voices down, and they not be able to come out to oppose whatever strategy he puts out to oppose what the courts will say.
So if you say this is a strategy to distract the people, my whole take on that and question would be, how do you distract people that are already distracted?
Put more distraction.
Now, when you distract these people, as a matter of fact, is giving them more reason to think. Because, first of all, the mistake he made was to immediately started the subsidy.
But the guy did nothing wrong now. He said, we are going to hit the ground running.
He was running too fast.
And he's not running too fast. He actually started slow. That's why people are trekking now.
No, because that subsidy could have waited for he would have waited for a little bit before he implement that. So because it's like, when you come into power and do something like that, it brings a shock wave. And then even people that don't understand what you're trying to do will start to react. So the reaction affects the market.
But the talk of subsidy removal did not start in Tinubu's time. It did not even start in Buhari's time. It started in Goodluck Jonathan's time. And people...
It was not removed.
There was talk of subsidy removal during Goodluck Jonathan time. I can show you videos. And people that were against it then are the ones that are in support of it now. And people that were in support of it then are the ones that are against it now.
There was a
then Goodluck
came out.
Yes.
Yeah, people came out.
People came out to talk. Like people, So then, if they had removed subsidy then during Goodluck's time, the price of fuel would have been at about 100 and something naira.
Yep.
Even my question is this: what is their problem of even thinking about increasing this, bringing this, that? Why can't they, with all the money they are stealing, can they not
Was
even
it not?
think? Can they not even think of helping these people? Every
No,
time
no.
they
Which
come
people are
in,
you talking about?
the Nigerian
Hey,
civil,
So if me as a politician
yes,
enter and I'm chopping money, you think they will care about Nigeria, the poor masses in Nigeria? No, they don't care. All they care about is how to stack up their pockets. The good ones are the ones that are actually letting go of some of those excesses that they have as payments to them. They are letting go of it now, and we have those good politicians. But the thing is this: the bad outweighs the good. The bad too plenty. When I see someone like Adams Oshomole, I used to idolize Oshomole back in those days, during the time of him being in
yes,
NLC.
in the beginning,
Yes, where he will
all
be
of a sudden, the
fighting
guy
for
just
us.
changed.
I remember then I was in school, we'll be doing, we know go gree, Luta continua, you know, and Oshomole was an idol. But the moment he went into politics and they gave him office.
But
Understand.
Oshomole was not. I know you said he was fighting for us. He was not. Oshomole was trying to get his voice. He had seen what is in play in politics. He has to fight his way to get recognized and get pushed up in there. And the moment he got in there, he turned his back on the same people we thought he was fighting for. Now, you can hear what he's saying right now. Did APC promise you anything? Did Jagaban promise you anything when he was campaigning that he would do anything for you? Why are you all complaining that there is hardship in the land?
That's what he said. Yeah.
Can you imagine that kind of statement from somebody who had been NLC chairman, governor, party chairman, and now a senator, telling the same people that he's supposed to be protecting and fighting for, that we didn't promise you anything. But there are a lot of news interviews he was involved in where he told the entire world that the moment they get in, they will flip the thing, and Nigeria, it will be Dubai. Jagaban will turn Nigeria to Dubai. In the first, as he hits the ground running,
Surely
Nigeria is going to be good.
It is turning to Dubai.
But now look at where we are.
No,
But
it is turning. You people are not seeing the vision. You're not seeing the mission. It is turning to Dubai because it's hot now. It's very hot.
He has a vision. Where there's no vision, the people perish.
The people perish. Now let's take some comments real quick, please, before we proceed. Now let's begin from this. Jesse, Healthy Jesse Chops says, this is so disgraceful and disrespectful to the law of our great nation. Imagine DSS trying to overshadow the court order. This is the same thing that happened when Nnamdi Kanu was granted bail. Yes, that's true. Now, Rachel O says, welcome to the show. She says, the removal of subsidy is not even the issue. Every single presidential candidate said they would remove it once they were put in office. We'll continue with her. Let's continue with her this in comment. She says, I think the issue is, what are the plans in place to soften the heat on Nigerians? What was put in place to reduce cost of living what is put in place to reduce cost of living in other areas, or even increasing minimum wage? Well, kudos to some companies. Some companies have actually increased their salaries to their staff by 100%. You know, which is very good.
Rachel is not talking about.
No, she's talking about what? No, isn't her?
Talking about government.
What? Yeah, government. Who is the government? We are the government.
Nigeria government is not we are the government.
Anybody?
No, we are not the government.
Hold on. Let me explain something to you. It is easy to put a blame on something that everybody is focused on, which is the government. But who are the people that contribute towards making the government the government?
Nigerians are, let me tell you, Nigerians, for a good example of the fact that Nigerians help themselves, the government is not even doing anything for them. Now that the subsidy,
camera is there.
Now that I'm looking at you, because you are the one I'm responding to.
Okay.
Now that the fuel, they cannot afford fuel. What did Nigerians do? They improvised. They are using gas.
I thought you were talking about government. Now you're going back to personal.
No, you are talking about how the people, you see what I'm saying? How the people are responding.
Yeah, that's why I said the the companies responded by increasing the salaries of their.
But the companies are just, that's what I'm responding to you. That
those are private sector.
Can easily
if the government will not do what they're supposed to do, listen.
The government knows that Nigerians can improvise.
That's why the government is planning to give them 80,000.
You see, and can you imagine that?
What an insult! 8,000 is not up to minimum wage every month.
These people are just using these people to play games.
Like you know why? You know why?
People will not react. They will just go back and improvise.
But Max, Sam, you know what? I tend to agree with Minister Max in a way.
Thank you.
Although we are not the government, but I agree with what he's saying. We allow them to do what they are doing.
Yeah.
It's the same thing we're saying.
What are you saying? You cannot be saying what I'm saying. No. You keep what you're saying aside. You cannot be saying what I'm saying, and I'm saying what you're saying. No.
We allow them. You know why? Because they know that we will always improvise, like Sam is saying.
Yeah. Exactly.
So tighten the bolt on them, they will not do anything. They have been so docile, they will not react.
But look at it this way. Look at it this way. How can the few outpower the majority? That's my question. How?
It's a big question because I thought about this same thing you're talking about.
Both of us always talk about it too.
200 million people being oppressed by what? Maybe 1,000? Mm-hmm. Maybe even 100,000. 200 million people oppressed by 100,000 people. It's like 0.2%.
It's so sad.
How is that happening? Why are we so docile? Why does it not pinch? That's the thing I'm trying to figure out. How do we sit down and say, well, I think I figured it out. Don't worry. I won't say it. God will help us. Maybe the answer. They taught us our
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Gentlemen, let's take some comments before I lose this thread. So Jesse Chow says, is there true law in Nigeria? From what is happening day by day in Nigeria, it is logically concluded that Nigeria is a lawless country. If not, why will two national agencies be fighting? Yes, that's true. Rachel O says there was no plan in place to help the average Nigerian adjust to the changes being implemented now.
Thank you.
You just cut out things and tell people to have hope with nothing to hold on to. Okay, hold on. Let me say something.
That was my point.
Like she said at first, every presidential candidate came in with the plan to remove subsidy, right? In the first place, during your inaugurational speech, that is where you went and say fuel subsidy is done. Inaugurational speech. You did not have ministers, you did not have people that we will consult with to create alternative plans that will cushion the effect of suffering. But you decided to get rid of fuel subsidy, which number one I see as very, very bad, because if you want to take away, if you are telling people that, hey, your farmland, we have to work on your farmland, but since we have been giving you hoes, we want you to be innovative and buy your own hoes. You just take out their hoes and expect them to still grow crops. No.
It's the same thing Pharaoh did to the Egyptians, to the children of Israel. God. As a punishment.
Waiting can carry Pharaoh enter this talk now. It's Pharaoh in Nigeria. Is it only Pharaoh that oppressed their people?
They are the Pharaoh of today. The Nigerian pharaohs.
They go and sing Pharaoh, let my people go.
You know,
Those
you know
guys are
what?
not president, they are
You
pharaoh.
are right. Oh, I was in church today, and the pastor.
You
did
know
make
what
a
for you?
comment.
Everybody is right. Who is
Wait,
wrong?
no, I'm telling you. See, Sam is right.
Stanley,
There's a
I mean,
point
come
there.
close to the your camera is you're moving away from the camera.
Oh, really? Okay, sorry. So is this better now?
No, the other way.
Uh-huh.
So,
Right.
Yeah.
so the pastor at the church today was saying that when you elect dragons, demons, he said they are humans, so but the way they manifest, they are like dragons, demons,
Pharaoh.
and pharaohs. But they are human. You see their manifestation.
What did Pharaoh do now? Pharaoh is resting somewhere. Who are calling Pharaoh here? See,
I think that the sad thing is that we are not as educated and smart as we thought we are educated and smart.
I would disagree with that. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why.
The reason I say that is this: that you don't need to be told of someone's competence and capacity to perform by a prophet, by men looking at them, sentiment, tribalism, emotionalism, and all of that stuff
Emotional, that's the word.
will not let you say, let him get in. It is his turn. We think he can do
But
it.
it's not allegedly majority did not vote for him.
I bet. No,
So why are you punishing? Why are you blaming them for something they did not do?
What if this man name from Jamaica that sprints? Bolt.
Hussein.
Yes.
Usain Bolt. If Usain Bolt gets on 100-meter track today, and then somebody say, let's bet, Usain Bolt will beat everybody or will beat his last world record, which he did, 2008, 2009, 2015. It's been a long time. There are new champs that are on. Usain Bolt was at his prime when he did that.
Yep.
But to say he would do it today, that is what? Almost 10 years older.
Lose money.
It's not possible.
Okay.
So that's the premise that they put Tinubu into office. And the so-called Nobel laureate that we have would think that he's
I still don't think that's the premise that put Tinubu into office. The premise that put Tinubu into office is Emilokon. It is my turn.
And he said it.
That's what I'm saying.
And he said it.
Exactly
It is not
saying.
the reason why Tinubu is in office is because he helped other people get in office, and it's his turn. It was his turn to get into office, and that happened. Hence, the reason why the case is still in court. And I really do not like to talk about cases that are still in court and give my own final verdict, so that I don't do.
As a matter of fact, even you don't even pay the court over there.
It doesn't mean I'll come and disobey the court.
Yeah.
No, don't try, because the court, somebody asked if Nigeria has law. Nigeria has law. It's just that it doesn't work for some people.
There are some people it will work exactly. It doesn't work across the board. It's selective.
Yeah.
Like you get power
It's
first.
selective law, yeah.
Some people are above the law. Let's put it that way.
Okay, let's take some more comments. Let's take some more comments, please. Have I taken this? Okay, yeah. Okay, let's go from here. Jesse Chop says, the heat in Nigeria can make you go back to God can make you go back to God ASAP. She also says, because of free mood, I saw the post late. Okay, I don't get it. Happy married life to you, your home. Are you sure you're not texting somebody?
I don't understand.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Eugene Opala is in the house, everybody. Welcome, sir.
Hey, welcome,
he
sir.
says the pump price of fuel ranges from $5.77 to $6.17 per liter. Oh, it's coming down.
Okay.
Yeah. This consequently has reduced, the number of vehicles that ply the Nigerian roads. The masses are suffering greatly. Massive protest is in view. Yeah, because I believe the labor union threatened to go on strike. Some other parastatals too also threatened the same thing. Well, let's look at it this way. Never have I heard. Please tell me if you've heard. Never have I heard that a car can be driven with gas instead of fuel.
When I mean gas, not the American gas.
Not American gas. We mean propane.
Propane gas.
Wait, are you serious?
Hold on.
Yes.
Wait, hold on. Hold on. Never have I heard that you can run a generator.
Yes, with propane
propane gas.
That is the improvising that we're talking about.
Look at ingenuity in Nigeria.
Brain.
I'm telling you. That's
Look
exactly
at
what I'm saying.
brain.
I think they call it CNG motors. CNG motors, something
Very
natural
creative,
gas.
Listen, employed, motivated people.
And when these cars,
the government know that, that's why they say let's leave them.
And when these cars drive, right, when you fly the road, they're not that loud. Like
it's clean energy,
clean gas. You enter your car,
wow.
Now that is what suffering can cause.
You see,
it will boost your head to do something.
Well, let me tell you something now.
Nice.
If that brings me to Nigeria would have been the best country in the world if our government have sense of human mind, have your human mind, because just a little boost, they're not asking for too much. Just we're not saying don't steal, but that even if you just steal 50% from what you are stealing, cut it to 50. The remaining 50, start using it for the people. You will even enjoy the country that you are even stealing from.
Well,
but no, they want to steal everything.
You know,
this is a wizard.
This is my take on this. I feel sorry.
Calm down.
I feel sorry for the Nigerian politicians.
I'm telling you,
because, and let me say this before I forget. Nigeria is a Sudan waiting to happen. You may not agree with me. You don't have to agree with me.
What do you mean?
Nigeria is
Sudan.
It's at the brink. A Sudan waiting to happen.
Mm-hmm. Which one is
Nigeria is a Rwanda. I mean, it's at the brink.
No, we don't want Rwanda. That's what happened in Rwanda. We don't want that one.
But it's in the making. You don't have to agree with me.
Okay.
But the reason I'm saying this is this. Let me land here. This one, Minister Max. All of these things that are happening are not done by or orchestrated by the politicians themselves. There is an external force which is outside the country that engineers these ideas, because Nigeria is at the point where they need to come and take some more than they have been taking. The only way to make that happen is to incite war.
Stanley has been going one direction since.
No.
I'm actually going to ask some questions about that.
You don't have to agree with me.
No, I want you to be clear.
Look at
it's reading in between the lines.
Go and look at the history of these countries that have gone through this process. You will see the similarity in what we are dealing with. Why did Niger now decide to have a coup? Mali just did their own.
I think Kenya also had theirs too. Exactly. And may the soul of all the people that died rest in peace. It was bad. Stanley, let's take a brief break. Then we'll come back to you and you continue. Please don't lose your train of thought. Okay, we shall be back shortly, guys.
Hi, so glad you are here with us today in Chat Room with Mex. I am Kay and I hope you are having fun. Please subscribe, like, and lastly share. We need to let the world know what we are enjoying here today in the chat room. Now let's go back to the show.
Welcome back, guys. Please don't forget to share this video.
Share. There's love in sharing. Love in caring. When you share, you're caring.
Yeah. Let us know what your opinion is. Where do you think Nigeria is heading? Where do you think Nigeria is heading? Because it's not looking good. Yeah. So Stanley, sorry, go ahead.
Nigeria is heading to Egypt.
So as I was saying, we are heading towards that point where everybody will pick up arms and get out on the street and fight. And that is not, you don't call that nothing else but war. Is Nigeria willing and able to go through another civil war? I don't think so, not at this time. There are a lot more weapons on the street today. And there are factions that are breeding their own armies right now. Asari Dokubo is one. All the weapons that he's giving to those young men, where is he getting them from? Who's supplying it to or supplying them to him? That's a faction coming out. The North, we don't know what's going to happen from them there yet. The West, those in the East, they are cracking down on them as hard as they can. So the influences from the outside, the Western world, Europe, on Nigeria is what is pushing Nigeria to the brink of war as it is right now. You don't have to agree with me. Nigeria is technically at war, but it's not a full-blown war that everybody's on the street.
Stanley.
You hear today 28
Stanley.
people.
Stanley.
Yes.
Stanley. Are you talking of the
Yes.
same Nigeria that we are talking about?
Yes, I am. There are 20. You hear every day on the news 28 people killed, 7 soldiers killed.
In where?
What do you call it? Is it
Boko Haram?
in Nigeria this last week?
Okay, Stanley. Mr. Stanley.
Yes.
Nigeria like enjoyment.
I'm telling you. They don't even want to go and protest. You're talking about carrying weapon. Come on.
Let me
protest.
tell you, that is what it will come down to by the time they advance down south. We want to
Down south.
enjoy, but they are taking what you would enjoy yourself with, they are taking it away from you. And we still are talking about enjoyment. We have to come out and fight for our own.
This
Okay.
8,000 naira that they want to give to people, where do you think they're getting it from?
They are borrowing it now.
Okay.
And who is borrowing it to
People
them?
will sit down and watch the government borrow money. If you are going to share to individuals the money they are borrowing, at least bad as it
What would
reach,
8,000
bad
naira
as
do
it
for
reach,
somebody?
everybody will get at least 1 million naira from that money.
How
Bad
does
as
that
it
sound?
is. Or 500.
For what, you know?
Do
Or
you-
500.
That money, even the 8,000 will
They don't
not get
spend on
to. It will not get to 1% of the population.
Exactly.
Of course. Oh yes.
It will not get to 1% of the
Stanley,
population.
This is what I'm talking about. And they know that they can just do this thing to these people, these innocent citizens, and they will not react. They will improvise.
Nobody will say anything.
And this is
Nobody will say
They will not
anything.
say. This is what they will say. It's well. The Lord is watching over them. God will revenge them.
How we judge.
Judge will judge.
Okay, let's take some more comments. Let's take some more comments before we continue, please. They never told us when and how they would break that news to the people. Okay, I think she's saying, oh, okay, let's begin from the start. Okay, let's go from here. In the case of the CBN governor, he only gets, he's only getting his own part of the cookie. I think this administration does not need him, so they'll make him see Shege. Shege Pro Max. She furthermore says Emefiele should have left the Buhari administration, honestly. So he should have left during Buhari's administration.
They will still come after him regardless.
It wouldn't have been this bad. She also says they never told us when and how they would break that news to the people. So Tinubu did it the way he wanted to now. Premium Shege president. She also says Nigerians are not ready to take that road. This is in response to the arms and all that. Nigerians are not ready to take that road. These politicians know this and they use it against Nigerians.
Exactly.
Nigerians are their problem, not the government. The furthermore says, Jesse Chop says, and what was he charged for? Illegal possession of firearms. The former governor of CBN, who if there should be any charges, should be financially related.
That is if they
In
do it.
essence,
Thank you.
nothing.
Thank you very much.
Of course,
Yeah.
of course.
That is to tell you that this whole thing is what? A circus. It's a charade.
It's the
How
same
would you
thing that they
arrest
did.
him?
It's the same thing
And
the
you asking,
DSS did to someone else. They went to arrest him, and last when they tell them that they have to go to court, they came up with illegal possession of firearms. So
And
it's
those
as if
firearms,
Yeah.
like it's like they're the one
it's not
planting
even
it.
sophisticated
Yeah, it
firearms.
looks like they're the one
No,
planting
it's
it.
not.
It's not
It's
not
not.
like what Asari is carrying.
Exactly.
No, it's not. It's not even near there. It's
Yeah.
not near.
Rachel furthermore says they will embezzle that 8,000. How many people will even get it? Jesse Chops says, actually, this is confusing. Is it that there is no financial misconduct found against him, that our DSS is only accusing him of wrong possession of firearms? Maybe there is more to this than we know. Well, the truth is, there is really nothing they can go after him for, because whatever
Exactly.
you go after him for will fall back on the president, the former president. He was getting his orders from the president.
The former president.
The former president. He will suggest, president will say, go ahead. So whatever he's going to go down for, you have to take it back, and
Exactly.
But let's ease off a little bit. And let's talk about the ingenuity of Nigerians, because Nigerians these days are beginning to engage in trekkathon. You see everybody trekking.
Slabber Queen.
They're trekking, but the most important for me was that I think Nigeria should actually use that to their advantage. Make a lot of cars that uses gas, normal. And Sally, these cars, right? You can switch from gas to fuel.
See?
It's not a new car that they manufactured. Your car that you are
it's the same car?
the same car you are driving.
Wow.
They'll just
Look
tweak
at
it
that.
and
Yeah, it's the same car.
gas.
You see how
Look at that.
you
Look
see
at
how
that.
intelligent this
Nigerians, we're very smart.
Look at that. Look
We're
at
very
that.
smart.
Look at that.
Yeah.
And you know why this thing will work, and why Nigeria can challenge this, what do you call this green gas thing they are trying to do, where they want to switch from gas to electric cars. Nigeria flares up a lot of these gases. We burn them.
They can just convert it.
Yeah.
Now, you tell me, please, I want to beg one or two politicians, please, steal as much as you can. Steal, please, steal enough that will be able to enable you set up an industry where they can be converting these cars from petrol to LNG. Set it up there in Nigeria and see if you will not change the conversation in the global industry with reference to greenhouse gas and electric cars.
Yeah, let's take this last comment before we wind up for the day. Richard says, every financial misconduct against Emefiele would lead to other government officials, the president and others. He can't be held responsible for an individual without implicating others.
Correct.
That's true. So there is.
Okay, you know
we're about
what?
wrapping up.
No, I think that's the reason why they changed the
charges.
The charges.
No, there was never any charge. There was suspicion of wrongdoing, but DSS
They want to switch it.
They want to switch it to illegal, but that's fine. The case is in court either ways. Dangote refineries, I think I don't know if they have opened, but they officially, allegedly, hired 11,000 Indians to come and work in Nigeria.
At the Dangote gas, what do you call it? Dangote refinery?
Yes.
11,000.
11,000 Indians.
And we have so many smart Nigerians that are qualified.
That are going to India. Maybe they will hire some of them that went to India from India. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's a wrap. We've come to the end of the show. Next week, we're going to be talking about something very, very interesting, actually. We're going to be mixing it. We'll talk. This will be American based. Now, we want to talk about an American story. There is this girl that This I won't say allegedly. I like to use allegedly because obviously, if anybody carry you go, you just say, allegedly I talk.
I
Oh,
don't mean I'm-
I don't mean not me. These days you can't tell who will come after you. So this particular girl was on the highway. She called the police and said there was a child on the highway.
Oh.
The child, somebody kidnapped her and all that. Last.
I don't understand.
We'll talk about that story next week. Stay tuned. Share this to your friends and your loved ones. It's been real from Stanley. 1 minute, quick one. What do you have to say to our people?
Hey, Nigerians, stay strong, I would say. Keep putting your brains to work. You are naturally gifted and intelligent by God. Things will turn around.
Yep.
Stop attending and supporting these politicians. When they call for meetings and gatherings, please do not attend. Let them know that you are not in support of what they are doing. But stay strong, keep working out, and keep pushing.
Yep, thank you very much. Next time I'll tell Stanley 30 seconds. Stanley gives perfect time. From Samsoft, 30 seconds. What do you have to say to our people?
Say to Nigerians, some people, a test is calculated to bring out your best. So just keep holding on and believing that one day it's going to change. But you are to voice your voice must be heard.
And from me, I'll say thank you very much. It's been lovely. Please stay tuned next week. Invite your friends, your enemies, your loved ones, everybody on Thursday at Official Samsoft Music. Is it Official Samsoft Music? At Official Samsoft, he does this program. It's
Lunchtime Miracle Praise.
Lunchtime Miracle Praise. You're gonna love it every Thursday. Join in on Thursday, 1 p.m. American time. God bless you.